It's very good to be here with you today, and thank you very much for the visit of Origin Robotics. It was visible that, if you may call it the future of collective capacity to deter and to defend, is being designed right here, and I was very happy to hear with European funds. It was impressive to see how innovative this company is and how fast this company is growing. So I really want to congratulate Latvia. You are on your way to become a true drone and anti-drone powerhouse, and this is impressive to see. Your expertise will certainly help shape Europe's security, but also NATO's defense strategies for the years to come. And that's why I am proud to start my eastern border travel right here in Latvia. And I want to be very clear. We know that Europe is only safe if the eastern border is safe. And therefore, the eastern border defense line is one of the most important flagships that has my full support. It's impressive the work that you are doing there, and count on me to be by your side. Dear Evika, the risks your country and the other Baltic states warned us about, unfortunately, have materialized. Russia's brutal war against Ukraine is now in its 4th year. Putin is a predator. Putin's proxies have been targeting our societies for years with hybrid attacks, with cyber attacks. The weaponizing of migrants is another example. And this is something, unfortunately, that Latvia knows only too well. You have a bitter experience in all these fields. So as we strengthen Ukraine's defense, we must also take greater responsibility for our own defense. And this is the logic of the 800 billion euro defense industrial plan that we have launched together. And part of this plan is the joint procurement instrument that we call SAFE. SAFE is a joint procurement instrument of 150 billion euros. And with SAFE, we are delivering the capabilities Europe needs most. So, as I said, it's a joint procurement. It means air and missile defense. It means, for example, looking into cyber defense and, of course, drones. I'm very glad that 19 member states, including Latvia, of course, have now requested support through SAFE. And I'm pleased to announce that we have reached full subscription of the whole 150 billion euros. Many member states have indicated that they will also use it to support the Ukrainian defense industry. So that is a true European success. Dear Evika, Latvia is already among NATO's top defense spenders relative to GDP. Congratulations to that. In addition, you have asked for budget flexibility to boost the defense spending under the so-called national escape clause. 15 member states have done the same. So together we are investing more, we are investing together, and we are investing European. So Europe is on the right track. There's a lot of hard work ahead of us, but we are on the right track. Now we have 3 tasks to work on. First, in October, we will take stock at the European Council together with our so-called roadmap for Readiness 2030. So we're going to look into the capability gaps and how to close them. The second aim is, by 2030, to have significantly strengthened our defense capabilities and to have closed the defense gaps that we have. And the third, in parallel task, is we will contribute to make sure that Ukraine has ironclad security guarantees. This is also the reason why in the new European budget that we just have proposed, we have a 5-fold increase in defense spending as a proposal. We have a 10-fold increase in military mobility because we think it's high time for readiness, and we have tripled the proposal for migration and border strengthening. So thank you very much for inviting me here today, and thank you for the excellent cooperation.
Paldies, ir pienācis laiks mediju jautājumiem. To skaits būs ierobežots. Katra amatpersona atbildēs tikai uz vienu jautājumu. Un pirms uzdot jautājumu, lūgums nosaukt vārdu uzvārdu un pārstāvēto mediju. Lūdzu.
I'll ask in English. Good afternoon, President, Prime Minister. Gin Samoliņš of Latvian Public Television, LTV. You mentioned that Latvia is on the way to become a drone powerhouse, and you posted in Twitter on X that visiting the EU frontline states. Now, how ready do you think are we as European countries to deter military aggression right now, and while we are still very much reliant on the United States security umbrella? What would be the most serious capacities shortages you think that need to be addressed quickly?
Yeah. So, first of all, it is very important to have the right sense of urgency. Latvia has the right sense of urgency, but the whole of the European Union needs to understand that it is important to work on readiness, immediate readiness, and for that you need different elements. One element is financial flexibility, financial leeway, and this is something the Commission has enabled the Member States through two elements. The one is the national escape clause, so that nationally there is more flexibility for the Member States to invest in defence, in their own defence. But also important is the second leg, which is SAFE, the joint procurement, because we have European common defence necessities, for example, a common European air shield, or if you look at cyber defence, or if you look at the whole space topics. These are common European projects that we have to develop together. The second element is we have to be very clear on what are the gaps, but also what are the timelines and the milestones that we have to meet. So we have to be only what you can measure, you can deliver. So it's not only that we need a plan, but we need also really to measure the timelines and the targets. For that, we will deliver the Readiness 2030 plan to the European Council in October, so that we have a common plan what the needs in the different member states are and how we get there. Then, and this goes in parallel, we have to strengthen the Ukrainian armed forces. I've said that Ukraine has to be like a steel porcupine, undigestible for potential invaders. And Ukraine has a highly trained and battlefield experienced armed forces. For security guarantees, this would be the first line of defense. But this needs substantial and sustainable financing. So also a task where we have to look into how can we make sure that Ukraine has a well-equipped, well-trained, well-paid armed forces over time. And then the fourth and last element I want to mention is the mid- and long-term planning. That is the new budget that we have proposed, where I said that the amounts to be invested, the proposal to invest them in defense, in military mobility, but also in strengthening the borders, have been extremely increased 5 times, 10 times partially from what we had.
Paldies. Un pēdējais jautājums.
Labdien, Gatis Sakoveckis, TV3 jautājums. Tātad, premjerministrei, jūs pieminējāt, ka Maskava saprot tikai spēku. Redzot, kā notiek centieni izbeigt karu Ukrainā, vai jūsuprāt tiešām tiek izmantots, kā tas tika solīts, princips miers caur spēku, lai piespiestu Krieviju pārtraukt, slepkavot Ukraiņus un postīt Ukrainu? Paldies.
Jā, paldies par jautājumu. Es domāju, ka atsaucieties arī uz to, ko Eiropas komisijas vadītāji tikko minēja arī par tiem vajadzībām. Latvija visās šajās jomās ir investējusi, ja mēs runājam no Latvijas perspektīvas. Mēs esam izmantojuši gan atkāpes klauzulu, palīdzot gan sev, gan Ukrainai. Mēs esam pieteikušies SAFE instrumentam, tas vēl ir kaut kas ir jāapstiprina. Tur ir gan lietas, kas ir vajadzīgas Latvijai nacionāli, gan sadarbojoties ar citām valstīm, gan lai arī palīdzētu Ukrainai. Mēs tāpat arī saprotam, ka būs iniciatīvas, kuras mēs Latviju viena nevaram nodrošināt, lai palīdzētu gan Eiropai, gan arī Ukrainai, un tās ir lietas, kas ir plašākas, kur vajag vairāku valstu iesaistīšanos, un tāpēc mēs arī esam iesaistījušies šajā PURL iniciatīvā, kur Amerikas Savienotās valsts ir gatavs piegādāt militārās tehnikas, vajadzības, vienības, to, ko vajag Ukrainai, mēs esam gatavi iesaistīties, un tā mūsu kopējā vienošanās ir tāda, ka mēs, kamēr nav šis miers Ukrainā, apgādāsim Ukrainu gan militāri, mēs tikko piegādājam jaunas patrijas un piegādāsim vēl. Arī Eiropa saprot, ka ir vajadzīgs šis finansējums regulāri aiziet Eiropas atbalsta finansējums, lai Ukraina vispār varētu savā sociālajā jomā pastāvēt, jo viņi visu savu budžeta naudu šobrīd iegulda militārajās vajadzībās. Tas, kas vēl noteikti pietrūkst, viņiem ir vajadzīgs vēl vairāk atbalsts, vēl, protams, lielāks finansējums. Un tie ir tie izaicinājumi, kas ir visām gan Eiropas Savienības valstīm, gan NATO dalību valstīm, gan es tagad teiktu arī labās gribas koalīcijai, kura meklē risinājums, kādā veidā mēs varam Ukrainai palīdzēt, tai vienlaicīgi ierobežojot Krieviju. Tātad nākamās sankciju pakotnes, viņas jau tepat ceļā ir. Tāpēc, ka ja mēs neierobežosim Krieviju un mēs ļausim viņai pelnīt, un jāsaka paldies arī Amerikas Savienotajām valstīm, kas ir arī pieķēršās ar Krieviju labvēlībā esošām valstīm, tādas kā Indija, un tas ir spiedis faktiski iespējams arī Putinu atgriezties pie sarunām. Tāpēc, ka pirms viņi varēja arī viegli apiet sankcijas caur, nesaukšu varbūt vēlreiz tās valsts, bet ir skaidrs, ka tā ir Indija, ir arī Ziemeļkoreja, kas sadarbojās, jautājums ir arī par vēl citām valstīm. Tikmēr tā sarunu atvērtība nebija. Šobrīd, manuprāt, mēs esam kopīgi gan kā Eiropas Savienība, gan kā labās gribas koalīcija, gan vienlaikus snieguši Ukrainai atbalstu, ierobežojuši Krieviju un arī spieduši Maskavu sēsties pie sarunu galda, un tā pašā laikā esam izveidojuši arī tādu kopīgu sarunu formātu arī ar mūsu transatlantiskajiem partneriem, labās gribas koalīcijas ietvaros, un es teiktu, ka tā ir laba koordinācija. Un tas ir arī spēks, ko mēs parādām.
Paldies, preses konference ir noslēgusies.
Thank you. So, my dear, thanks a lot.